Hello everyone. Okay, so you should have your 3 priority areas and they might already be pretty clear. If it's like, I've got to write a book or I want to have a boyfriend this year, that's pretty clear. But this next part of the process might be useful for you if they're clear already, just to make it more resonant and juicy. But for some of you, you might have written down things that are a tiny bit vague. So I have a vague one. One of my ones is, my priority areas was about being a leader, which is kind of, it sounds grand, doesn't it? But it's like, what do I mean by that? So the last part of the process is just getting a bit more clarity, so that you know what success would look like, so that you know what it is you're trying to achieve with that particular area. So there's one way of doing this I really like, and that's just to have a bit of a vision, imagine success in that area. So take each area, and what I want you to do is imagine you're really successful. Imagine it has been the best year so far, and I want you to go to, what would success look like? So, how would you know you were successful, first of all? Is there something that you've done? Is there a way you're behaving differently? Is it something that people are saying to you? Is it something that you've created that's tangible? So for me, the leader one is a bit vague, isn't it? So for me, what would being a leader look like? So I've narrowed it down for myself. By doing this, I realised that for me, being a leader was being more organised and disciplined, because my tendency as a creative person is to have lots of different ideas all the time, work on a lot of different things, and I can become a little stressed and sometimes chaotic, if I'm honest. So for me, I've decided this year I'm going to be more disciplined. I'm going to be a planner, and I'm going to do things in a more consistent way. So I'm going to forward plan and work to a plan. And that's quite different for me. Believe me, it's a really different way of being. But it feels really good. And if I visualize that, what I see is things being tidier in my office, me kind of being calmer. And when I deal with emails or clients, I have space in my head. It doesn't feel like things are chaotic. So that's for me, a measure of success is having a kind of plan. So for you, it might be that you've picked something that's a real stretch goal, which I encouraged you to do. So my stretch goal, I would say, is another project I'm doing, which is Trailblazers. If you're not part of my community, make sure you join it. It's in Facebook and it's called Trailblazer Tribe. Success for me in that area is about, I want to complete a book. I want to do a book this year. I've started it and it's one of those unfinished projects, but I want to get that done this year. I want to have 2 self-promotion for storytelling courses running this year. Want at least 30 people in each of those courses, which would be amazing. I want 4 meetups in London. I want to have 1,000 people in the community. They're big goals. They're big goals. But I feel really excited about it. But they're pretty tangible. So with each of your area, make it as tangible as you can, and describe that goal in as much clarity as you can. I'm going to give you a couple more because it might be helpful. So I am now an author. I have completed my first novel and I have sent it to 3 publishers. Here we are. That's an example. I learned to play the guitar this year. I was disciplined and practiced for an hour every day. I'm now accompanying myself when I do gigs. So there's some examples of different success statements. So I hope that makes sense. And what I'd like you to do is share at least one of your success statements for me underneath this blog. I'd love that. Either underneath this blog or do it in Trailblazer Tribe. If you remember there, I don't care. Just let me know what your intentions are for this year, because then I can support you and raise a cup of tea to you. Here's to a fantastic 2018. You deserve to be achieving the things that really matter to you, and I want to encourage you to aim high this year. Have a fantastic year, and to your success. Lots of love. Bye.